This topic is very close to my heart, and I'm so pleased to see the importance that is being attached to it here in this House. I stand here today as the newest Member of Parliament representing my home constituency of Newport West. I feel very proud and privileged to be able to do this. But of course, as colleagues across this House know, I'm only here because of the sad passing of my honourable predecessor, Paul Flynn. Paul was so well known and admired here in this House, but also in Newport West. During the by-election campaign, virtually every street in which we knocked, there would be someone who told us of how Paul had helped them or a member of their family. He was so well known, so respected, and so loved by everyone in Newport West. Here in Westminster, fellow members have taken time to tell me stories of Paul and what a great man he was. We all know how intelligent and quick-witted he was, but he was also very kind and considerate. I only knew him for the last 15 years or so. Honourable members in this House have known him for much longer, but he always took the time to talk to me and others in Newport. And just as importantly, he listened to what people said to him. His sense of humour was legendary, and his ability to use a one-line response to close a debate was something to witness. Paul is one of the main reasons I am here. He inspired people to go further than they thought possible. I will always be indebted to him for his advice and guidance. And yes, of course, I have a copy of his book, How to be an MP, and I'm proud that Paul has signed it for me. Paul was one of a kind. He had such a great intellect and ability to speak on a vast range of subjects. I may not have his parliamentary experience, but I will strive to match his qualities. I will maintain an independence of thought and be socialist to my dying day. I want to champion the people of Newport West and make sure their voices are heard clearly in this House. Newport West is a relatively new constituency, having only been formed in 1983. Paul was the second member, and he was here for 32 years. I'm not sure I can promise the House that I will be here for that long, but I am proud to be the first woman member for Newport West. I'm also only the second woman member in Gwent and the 20th female MP in Wales ever. Wow. Sisters, we are getting there, but slowly. Newport West is a great constituency, built on the back of the Industrial Revolution. Initially developed as a port, it quickly developed into a town which welcomed people from all areas and countries who settled and developed their own communities within the town. It's always been a place that welcomed the stranger. Work was mainly based in heavy industrial areas such as steel manufacturing, but in recent years has developed in high-tech areas, including Proton Partners International, which is the first proton beam cancer therapy treatment centre in the UK. We also have high-profile facilities such as the Celtic Manor Resort, which hosted the successful Ryder Cup in 2010 and the NATO Summit in 2014. NATO became a city in 2002 and has continued to grow and develop, but has maintained its sense of community, and the people are friendly and welcoming. I'm proud to be a Newportonian. It's a city with its own character and quirks. We hold our own with the likes of Cardiff and Bristol. We have our own identity. We do. We have our own identity and we relish our role as the underdog. That was well evidenced during the recent FA Cup run of our very own Newport County Football Club. Their wins over Leicester and Middlesbrough in the third and fourth rounds were watched by thousands of us. We celebrate our success as well. Newport is also the place where the Chartists marched in 1839 to demand democratic rights and were mown down at the bottom of Stow Hill. The bodies of those killed that day were taken and buried in secret in the grounds of St Woolas Cathedral. You would all be most welcome to come along on November the 4th when we commemorate this important event in our fight for democracy and rights for all. Newport was there, and I'm proud to be a citizen of this city. But the people of Newport West are hurting after years of austerity. We see the numbers of homeless people rising, families are suffering, and older people are being forced to choose between eating or heating their homes. Yes, we have record employment, but much of this is low paid, minimum wage or 0 hours contracts. People have to take on 2 jobs just to keep a roof over their heads. This is not right, and I am here to speak out on behalf of these people who live in my constituency. These people are not asking for outlandish wage increases or unrealistic improvements in their terms and conditions. They just want a fair crack of the whip. They want job security, a safe place to live, freedom from crime and the fear of crime, and to know that their family members can have a good quality of life. This is not unreasonable, and I am here to help them achieve this. I was born and brought up on the Gare, an area of Newport West. I went to Dufferin High School, a local comprehensive, and trained as a physiotherapist in Cardiff. I spent 32 very happy years working as a physiotherapist in a job that was rewarding and enjoyable. I worked with people with long-term conditions such as stroke, MS, Parkinson's and cerebral palsy. It was a real privilege to be able to work with patients and their families to empower and enable them to reach their maximum potential. But I also had to speak out to make sure that people who were unable to speak for themselves got the care and treatment that they needed. Physiotherapists are good at understanding what people need and speaking out to ensure they get it. I plan to continue to speak out in this way here in this House. So, Mr Speaker, I am here today to thank my predecessor Paul Flynn for his diligent and tiring work for Newport West for 32 years, and to say that I want to pick up his mantle and carry on his good work, speaking up for the people of Newport West and the issues and difficulties they face. With God's grace and the help of colleagues, family and friends, I will do this. Thank you.
Many congratulations to the Honourable Lady. We look forward to hearing from her a great deal more in the future. Andrew Selous.
Mr. Speaker, and I too would like to be the second to congratulate most warmly